Welcome back, Update Nation. Redbud. There's no other place like it on the calendar. This 4th of July weekend delivered everything we expect. A packed, roaring crowd, an undeniable patriotic spirit, and conditions that push both man and machine to their absolute limits. The heat, the humidity, and a deeply rutted, punishing track turned round 6 into a brutal test of will. And while we saw championship leads hold, we also witnessed incredible grit, bewildering struggles, and painful decisions. Let's break down the defining moments from the week's most patriotic stop. Coming into Redbud, Hayden Degan sported a commanding points lead, seemingly cruising at the top of the 250 class. But this weekend at the Bud was anything but a smooth ride. Despite showing impressive speed in qualifying, securing the second fastest combined time, Deegan's day was marred by an early setback. During the second qualifying session, he suffered a crash that resulted in his handlebar hitting his leg, leaving him visibly sore and a little beat up heading into the motos. Moto 1 saw Deegan get a subpar start, and in a rare sight, he appeared to crack under pressure. As he attempted to make his way back into the top 5, his charge faltered, and he ultimately fell back to a disappointing 14th place, with reports even suggesting his bike was severely overheating in the brutal conditions. It was not the kind of dominant performance we've grown accustomed to from the star racing Yamaha phenom. However, true champions find a way to salvage difficult days. In Moto 2, despite the lingering pain from his qualifying crash and the gnarly feeling of bouncing through the deep Redbud bumps, Deegan mounted a gutsy recovery. He explained after the race, "I was able to finish second in the second moto. I was a little beat up. The track was rough, and the pain was gnarly going through all those bumps. Is what it is. On days like this, we need to recover through the races and try our best. We get to leave with a big points lead. We'll hopefully come out swinging next weekend." Indeed, that gutty second moto was his saving grace. While not the kind of day a championship leader typically seeks, his late rally meant he still leaves Redbud with a substantial 38-point lead over Joe Shimoda. As many observed, there's no way to say this was a good day. He salvaged it with a gutty second moto, but crashing and taking a small injury in qualifying, followed by a terrible first moto, disqualifies any good day talk. The only saving grace was the huge points lead he had coming in. If the title was tight, this would have been a horrific outing. This weekend was a stark reminder that even the most dominant riders face immense physical and mental challenges, and sometimes simply minimizing the damage is a victory in itself. The 450 class at Redbud was a brutal testament to the physical and mental toll of pro motocross, with several top contenders facing significant health battles. Aaron Plesinger's painful decision. Red Bull KTM's Aaron Plesinger came into Redbud with high hopes, but his day ended in a deeply personal and difficult decision. After a solid start in Moto 1, where he impressively kept pace with the dominant Lawrence brothers for a significant portion of the race, Plesinger experienced a sudden and dramatic fade. "I was doing well at the beginning of the first run, keeping up with Hunter and Jet, but then, after about 15 or 20 minutes, the whole tank was suddenly empty," he explained. What followed was a truly human moment. Plesinger made the courageous decision to skip Moto 2, prioritizing his health and safety over his competitive ego. "I got off the bike and my body was just empty. I would have endangered myself and others on the track if I had gone out like that again." The precise causes remain unclear, but symptoms point to an infection that the popular cowboy hat-wearing rider may have been carrying and underestimated for days. His frustration was palpable. "I feel sorry for all the fans in Redbud who wanted to see me. I really wanted to do my best, but I had to play the cards I was dealt." Plesinger and his team are now working diligently to find the root cause of a sudden physical collapse and get him back to 100%. If all goes according to plan, he expects to be back on the gate next weekend in Minnesota.
As the throttle is on, so we've got our medics working with our...
It was another rough ending to a pro motocross day for Jason Anderson, who has been battling health issues since his Supercross campaign concluded prematurely. Having openly admitted he wasn't fully prepared for the outdoor season, the early rounds saw him manage respectable 7th and 8th overall finishes. Thunder Valley was tough, but he salvaged 7-7 for 7th overall at High Point. However, since then, the struggles have intensified. At Southwick, Anderson revealed he was getting sick in the motos and failed to finish both times. Redbud provided a glimmer of hope with a bounce-back 10th in Moto 1, but once again, in Moto 2, he felt too ill to finish. "I didn't have my best performance today," Anderson stated in a Kawasaki press release. "I qualified 14th overall, which is a bit slower than usual for me. I was more focused on the day ahead. Moto 1, I started around 8th and tried to battle with the guys around me, but ended up getting 10th. Moto 2, I had to pull off early because I wasn't feeling 100%. I'm still having some issues with my health. I need to check on that and see how everything is, and we'll go from there." Anderson's ongoing battle with an undisclosed illness is clearly impacting his performance, and the priority for the Kawasaki team now shifts to finding a definitive diagnosis and solution. Reigning 450 Monsterenergy Supercross champion Cooper Webb once again showcased his legendary grit, battling through significant adversity at Redbud. In the second 450 qualifying session, Webb twisted his knee, an injury that prompted further evaluation post-race. Despite the painful setback, Webb pushed through, racing both motos and salvaging a 9th overall finish for the day. His Moto 1 was a true test of mental fortitude. After crashing in Turn 2 right off the start, he was dead last with bent bars and a twisted clutch. He then made an incredible charge, pushing hard to get himself into 10th position, only for his bike to inexplicably run out of fuel just before the finish line, resulting in a frustrating 15th place. Moto 2 saw another bad start, but Webb rode commendably, running 7th until Eli Tomac made a late pass, pushing him back to 8th. Webb's own assessment captures the brutal reality of his day. It was an up-and-down day at Redbud. "I felt great in practice, and on the last turn of my good lap, I ripped my left leg off the foot peg and caught my knee pretty bad, which wasn't great. Then, in the first moto, I ended up crashing in Turn 2, right off the start. I was dead last with my bars and clutch bent, but I made a hard push to get myself into 10th before my bike ran out of fuel in the last turn. In Moto 2, it was just a bad start, but I rode really well and ran 7th until Eli got me late in the moto, and I finished 8th. Overall, it was a very rough day physically and mentally, but my riding was good. I'm going to get my knee checked out on Monday to make sure that we are all good." While Webb is effectively out of contention for the Pro Motocross Championship, his health for the upcoming Super Motocross playoffs is paramount. He currently sits first in those crucial SMX standings, but teammate Justin Cooper is only 14 points back, and Aaron Plesinger, despite his Redbud struggles, is still third, 57 points behind. Webb's knee injury could significantly impact his SMX playoff seeding and title hopes if he were to miss any further time.